So variable layer height within Bambu Studio is a really helpful tool for dialing in your prints, especially if they have smooth surfaces like a sphere or different figurines, things like that. So within Bambu Studio, you'll want to select your model. And then on the top toolbar, there's an icon that looks like a stack of rectangles. That's the variable layer height. And then once you pull that up, you'll notice two buttons, adaptive and smooth. And then on the right hand side of your screen, you'll notice the column that pops up. This column is indicating the layer and the actual height of that individual layer. So right now we're at the default of 0.2, and that's why the entire model is gray. Once we hit the adaptive button, it's going to change the colors, and the colors will indicate how thick those layers have become. So this is the thicker ones, the orange, and the thinner ones are going to be green. And then the gray will be closer to the default size. This blue line is showing you how far, if it's going thinner, closer to the default, or thicker. And you can actually smooth out these transitions between these layers, which is exactly what the smooth button does. So if you just click that once, that's going to smooth out the transitions between and not make it so jagged and rough. Now, you can reset at any point in time with this reset button here. One thing I like to do, so the quality and speed slider for the adaptive button, I like personally having it all the way on the quality side of things. You do get a slower print, but you get a much higher quality version. And this is pretty much the whole reason we're here, is to get a more quality print. And then as far as the smooth button and the radius slider goes, this is how big of a smooth you'll be applying to this blue line. And you can think about it almost like a Photoshop filter. So the radius of that filter. So 1 is going to be not so much change, so really tiny amount. And 10, which is what I prefer, is going to be a bigger change over the whole thing. Just like that. And you are able to just keep clicking the smooth button until your heart's content. However, if you get kind of lost in the sauce or whatever, you can always reset and start from scratch, which is really nice. The other thing to keep in mind, this is keep minimum layer height. So this would be in between adaptive and smooth. You would select this, and then when you hit the smooth button, it's going to keep your minimum layer heights and only smooth out kind of the in-between and the thicker layer heights. This is especially helpful if you have really complex detail that you want to maintain. The other options that are available to you, there's a legend when you hover over this keyboard here that indicates all these other options available to you. Left and right mouse button are going to push and pull this to thicker for a right mouse button click. And if you hold the left mouse button, it's going to go thinner. So if you want to dial in specific spots on your print, you can do that. There's a few other things. Mouse wheel is going to increase and decrease the edit area, so how large and how small you are affecting. So if you scroll up, it's going to be much bigger of an area on the model. And if you scroll back down, it's going to be really laser thin spot that you're affecting, which is, again, really handy if you wanted to get a very specific spot edited. Shift left and shift right is going to be reset and smoothing, which is going to be bringing you back to home, basically. These take a few moments to kind of play with just to understand. I don't really use these too often myself. My go-to is usually quality all the way to 0, which is the highest quality, radius at 10, and I just use each one once, or I use the smooth button once. That's my default, my go-to. Now, another option that you would want to pay attention to when you're messing with this, if you have a model that requires supports, you must use the default support settings here. So for example, this model does require supports. On the inside of this sphere is hollow. And if you just leave it on tree auto and then the style to default, you can use variable layer height and you'll be just fine. The other thing you'll want to pay attention to is your printer settings, which is going to be up here on the top left. There's this little click to edit preset button. And within that, there's the extruder tab and the layer heights limits. Right here, this is what's setting the parameters for the actual adaptation that you're applying. So if you wanted finer detail, you could potentially lower this down to like 0.20. And then when you applied that adaptation, it wouldn't go higher than 0.20. And you'll see that there's not going to be anything thicker. No layers will be thicker than the default of 0.20 or whatever you set for that. So that can be really handy if you know that you want to keep the detail and you don't want any speed at all, or vice versa. If you want to bump up the speed and you're saying screw the detail, I want the printer to kind of speed up where it needs to, then you can do that as well. So that's pretty much every setting with regards to variable layer height. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. This has helped me quite a bit with a lot of prints that I've been printing out lately, and I hope it helps you. Thanks. Have a great day.